Have you ever wondered how to build your own butcher block countertops? It's really simple. You start off with 2x12s. You can get them at your local hardware store or like a Home Depot. Usually, you want to pick through the boards and find the boards that are not severely warped. And also, when you're picking through them, you want to get the boards that are uh, what people would say they probably wouldn't want for like their deck or anything, but for your countertops, you want the ones that have the big knots in them, which most people don't want, and you want to make sure there's no cracks or breaks. If you do have chips in the board, that's okay. Um, and then you got to start the prepping phase, which would be sanding it all down. You want to get it really nice and smooth. Sand down your edges, and depending on how big you want your countertop to be, mine personally was 24 inches, so I got 2x12s side by side. You start off by drilling holes into the sides of them, and that's where you'll put your wooden dowels, and you'll glue your wooden dowels into those holes, and you'll slide the two boards together along with wood glue. And usually it's about a 24 to 48 hour period that you have to let set for the glue to cure up. Your next step would be the sanding down phase. So you'll sand down all the excess glue that's on it, make sure it's nice and smooth. It's okay if your knots are not real smooth. Then you'll start what I'd call the epoxy phase, and you'll put usually about 3 to 4 cups of epoxy on it, depending on how large the boards are. Mine were 7 foot long and by 24 inches wide. You'll smooth out your epoxy, and you don't have to go real thin with it. Usually I go real thick, and that'll give it a more of a shine, and it'll actually toughen the boards up. And then usually after that, it'll be about a 24 to 36 hour period before that epoxy's cured up. Once the epoxy's cured up, make sure there's no bubbles in it. If there are bubbles, you may have to sand down the epoxy and add another layer. Once you get it to the kind of sheen that you're looking for, that you're wanting, it's personal preference. You'll move on from there to the installation phase, and you'll get it set up on your cabinets that you're putting it on, and you'll put in your screws into your cabinets. And then after that, it's all in your preference on how you want to line it up. And after you've got it lined up perfectly, you will add in a few more screws, and there you go. You've got a butcher block countertop, very cheap and easy, and doesn't take a whole lot of time.